Hey everyone, welcome to Wednesday night OWCP Chats Thanksgiving special. I'm ready for leg day.
Yeah, mine says football, turkey, nap, repeat.
Ready for leg day. Alrighty, Spideys.
We're not going to ever say that again live.
All right, everyone, don't forget to click the follow button. We're so close. We're about like 600 people away from 10,000 followers. Click that follow. Just click, click, click. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen that I sent invites. And a lot of the times when I look at when you guys are liking any of our posts or our videos, a lot of you still have not clicked the follow button because it still is showing that you haven't accepted the invite. So click that invite button.
Come on.
And don't forget to S-H-A-R-E.
Well, we can't say that word anymore.
S-H-A-R-E. No.
Facebook's funny.
Share.
Facebook will shut you down for some funny things.
So I can't share tonight. I'm banned from sharing to groups tonight.
Tell them why.
Because I had a post and I can't say the sentence. It was a good friend of mine and I said I'm going to and Facebook reached out to me.
She says she's going to...
No, you can't say it because then they'll ban this video and you. So we can't say it, but I thought it was super funny because I didn't mean anything by it. He's such a good friend. I've known him like when I say years, and it was just being funny.
But imagine like you're talking to one of your friends and they say something that is funny or whatever, and you're like, I'm going to put you in a headlock or something. You know, that sort of a thing can get you banned from Facebook.
Yeah. So
and you're just talking to your friends. Like, I'm not probably... I mean,
I'm
thinking of one. No, I have one. I will put him in a headlock next time I see him. But for the most part, I'm kidding. But Facebook doesn't take that joke lightly. Unfortunately,
I can't share until Friday. That's
so
my
it's up
last
to you.
day. So it's up to you guys to share. Let's see if we can get 100 shares tonight. And probably a lot of you are gone already for Thanksgiving break and on the road because tomorrow is going to be one heck of a day on the highways.
But we wanted to do this anyways.
Yeah.
We're home and we have a topic that I think is really important for you. And, you know, there's going to be plenty of weeks where we have to take off because we're traveling or something, and this isn't one of them. So here we are, and, you know, those of you that have to watch this on replay, it's fine, and, you know, you'll get a lot out of it.
Yeah, last year we were in Utah, in Park City, in our cabin with my in-laws and all the boys and the girlfriends, and it was so much fun, and we're planning on that for next year with our kids, just having fun again.
Or without them.
Oh gosh, that looked funny. Oh boy.
That was inevitable.
Yeah. Oh God. All right, we're at 16 shares. Today we're going to talk about third-party injuries. A lot of our doctors are going to be on tonight. We have a bunch of new doctors on board tonight. And, not tonight. A bunch of new doctors on board with us. They won't be up on our website as yet because they still have to get trained and all the... mumbo jumbo that comes with it to get your
especially the
accepted.
mumbo jumbo.
And I wanted to sincerely thank everybody that wished me happy birthday. Chris made that hilarious post of the pictures that I never wanted people to see.
You make it so easy. All I have to do, we'll be out someplace, and I just need to have my phone up and be ready to take pictures because you don't know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get with her. Yeah, so real quick, I was showing the books. Most people, you know, you follow this, you probably already have them. If you don't, go ahead and pick them up at breakingowcp.com. Thank you, Renee Marie. She put it on there. You're so great. For those of you that are interested, the reason I wanted to bring this book up is chapter 12 in the first book is all about third-party injury. So you can take a look at what I wrote there. And, you know, you may or may not be glad to know, but I'm glad. I have a third book coming out. I hope to have it out before Christmas, but I'm not putting it out there so that you'll buy it as Christmas presents. That's not the point. I'm not going to rush it. I want it to be really good, but Eric Blowers is writing a chapter on third-party injuries and what you can do to be successful when it happens to you. So look for that. There'll be a prominent chapter. It'll probably be the best chapter in the book, knowing Eric. And So look for that. It's coming. But this is such an important topic because I was just reading, and if you saw my Facebook post yesterday, United States Postal Service put out a notice on the About page. It's about.usps.com. And it said that in 2020, there were 26,000 postal employee car wrecks. And I did the math. That comes up to like 500 a week. And so 500 postal employee car wrecks every week. And, in our experience, we know what happens to you when you get hurt. And it's not just postal employees. Look, if you drive your car as part of your job or during your work shift and you have a car wreck, you're covered, okay? This is you too. It's not just postal employees, but I think everyone gets it that who drives for their job more than a letter carrier, right? I mean, that's what they do for a living. They drive and deliver the mail. And gosh, I just posted a picture of a crashed LOV. And, I don't want to be insensitive. If you know me, like that would be the last thing on my mind. I would never intentionally do that. And so I'm looking through the pictures, realizing I can't post that picture. Because Google Images has some horrific images of crashed mail vehicles. It's unreal, like upside down. There was one where there was a car underneath the back two wheels. Totally crashed. An unbelievable amount of pictures of LLBs that were burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
And
sad.
It's really terribly sad. That's exactly right. And when these accidents happen, if you're not a postal employee, I want you to just like imagine when your letter carrier comes by your house, what vehicle are they driving? There are some larger ones out there now, some big bus-looking things, van-looking things, right? Yeah. But there's still hundreds of thousands of letter carriers that are driving those old LLVs, that are just like, LLV stands for long life vehicle. We're talking long life. Like really old. Well, you can put on a seatbelt, which put on your seatbelt, definitely wear your seatbelt, always wear your seatbelt. But if you get in a car wreck in that thing, it looks like it could be very dangerous and you could get badly hurt. And so tonight we're going to talk about what happens if you do get in that car wreck and you're one of the 500 people every week that gets into one working for the post office or any other federal agency and you're driving your vehicle. What do you do about it? Because too many of you are making wrong decisions in the beginning because you don't know what the right ones are. And so tonight we're going to tell you what the right things to do are so that you can be successful with this, OWCP injury claim, because too many of you are not. And every problem you have is 100% avoidable, and tonight we're going to deal with that.
So for those that you're asking that don't have Facebook and you want them to hear this information, so if you would have them, or if you could give me their phone number on Messenger, I could answer a lot of these personal injury questions for federal personal injury, and I'll be happy to give them a call. As far as the girls, like our case managers taking the calls, if you message on there, just please have Gini call this person because of a federal accident. They know to tell me about it. So I'll be able to direct you exactly what to do and who to call. Number one, when you get into an accident, a federal injury accident, please, please, please don't call your local PI attorney. Don't call Joe Schmo and Jill Smith that's on the billboard everywhere you see. And we've seen, trust me, in Florida alone, we see thousands of billboards on every corner. And it's crazy. Yeah. Please, if you don't know what to do and the person that you're trying to help doesn't know what to do, just message me your phone number and I will reach out to them personally. You must, right at the beginning, call Eric Blowers. It's pinned down below. So if you want his number, or if you want to ask me questions before you contact Eric, just message on Messenger on Wednesday night chats, or those of you that have my personal page, you can message me anywhere and I'll be able to tell you. Just make sure you reach out to a federal personal injury attorney. Yeah, and it's important that we say Eric Blowers because we love Eric and all of you do too that know him. But it's important that you understand Federal Injury Centers gets no financial benefit from telling you to see Eric. You can Google any OWCP federal lawyer. You can do that. You can Google it. There are others. But when it comes to third-party injuries, nobody's better than Eric. And nobody has done more of these third-party cases than he has.
So that's why we recommend them. Again, Federal Injury Centers gets no financial benefit from you going to Eric Blowers. We're here to help you, and I do the very best I can at giving you the best help possible. And Eric's on the list of the best help possible. So give him a call. We'll post his number on here because...
It's already posted. It's pinned down below.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Renee did that too. Thank you very much, Renee. So, if you're somebody that had a car wreck on the job, that's who you call. Okay, give him a call. Let him know that you need help. He'll be happy to do it, and he's great at it.
Yeah, Melissa Wines. Yes, I can call you. I'm not going to call anybody this week, so please message me on Messenger. Unless it's a dire emergency,
then
please,
absolutely.
then tell me this is a dire emergency, and I will call you, tomorrow or Friday. But I will call. Just message me your number, and I will help you and walk you through what you need to do. And after Chris talks about all the different things about third-party injuries, I'm going to go over things that I know from working at a law firm and the things that I actually discussed with Eric while we were in North Carolina, that I tell people what to do, and he loved it. So I'm going to be assisting you guys with things like that.
Yeah, that's a really big deal for you too. Believe me, there is some education coming, so don't think we're just here like talking, but hey, thanks for being here and listening. But tonight, like, it's especially important that you're paying attention because, yes, I'm an OWC. Okay, I almost said Ann. What am I? I'm the OWCP expert. But she's got so much personal injury experience. She used to work for a PI lawyer here in Florida, and they had how many new PI cases a month?
Anywhere from 27 to 32 a month. So,
that's a lot. 360 people a year she was able to help for how many years?
5 years.
Do the math. Okay, that's like, I don't know, 16 or 1,700 PI cases. So she knows everything about it. And she just said, don't call your local PI lawyer. That's a clue. And we said, call Eric. That's another clue, because you need a federal lawyer. But instead of bouncing around, what I want to do is tell you, because we said what not to do. What not to do is don't call a local PI lawyer. I'm going to explain why. I'll get to it. But what I really want to spend time on is what you should do.
Yeah.
Not the don'ts and the can'ts, but the do's and the can'ts. Okay?
And hold your questions till after he's done. So take note, because this is a big, big topic. This is like right under Schedule Award.
Yeah, when I found out there's 26,000 postal employee car wrecks every year, I said, shoot, that's an emergency. Like, that's a huge emergency. That's an awful thing that's happening to you. And 2/3 of the injured postal employees don't have accepted claims. And nationwide, it's like 1 out of 7 people has an accepted claim. 6 out of 7 don't. If you follow us regularly, you know that's a stat that I tell you all the time. So 6 out of 7 injured people don't have accepted claims. And postal employees, 2/3 of you don't. That's a big deal. So pay attention. So here we go. Let me talk about, and I don't have a list. I'm shooting from the hip, and but it's going to be good. First thing you do if you get in a car wreck, the first thing, if you get in a car wreck, is call the police. Okay? You need a police report. That's important. Now remember, you're not just, there's a few things that have to happen. You're going to pursue the third party, and you want your claim accepted. One of the best ways to get your claim accepted is to have your doctor incorporate a police report into it. Now, some police reports are junk, okay? But if it's not junk, you can use it. So be sure you get a police report. The insurance is going to want that police report, because the next thing you have to do is call a federal lawyer. Call Eric Blowers, not a personal injury lawyer. Now I'm going to explain why you don't call a personal injury lawyer. And it's not because they're not great.
Right.
Look, there are some incredibly great personal injury lawyers. Really great ones.
I worked for one.
I can think of a handful right now. I'm not going to say the names because you shouldn't call them. But there are really good ones. The problem is even the best personal injury lawyers don't know anything about OWCP.
It's very true.
And if you get my book, again, I'm going to show it to you, Breaking OWCP Volume 1. And if you're going to get one, get 2, because they're massively discounted if you get them both together. What you're going to see is that when your lawyer understands OWCP, you will be entitled to at least 20% of the settlement, no matter what. At least 20%. But some of the stuff Eric has told me has just like blown my mind, because there's so much more money that you can get from these cases. And I don't want to make it all about money, but it's part of the deal, so we might as well talk about it. Like, there's money in it for you. But if you call a personal injury lawyer, they don't know the OWCP portion, and they're going to handle it like any other PI case, which means the lawyer's going to get a third, and the doctor is going to get a third or less, and you, who knows what you'll get, okay? But it's definitely up in the air. On a federal PI case, you get a minimum of 20% of the settlement after lawyer's fees, and so that's a big deal. But the other thing is that OWCP requires you to pursue the third party. Like, it's the law. You have to attempt to sue the other person's insurance. And so how are you going to do that? Well, obviously with a lawyer. But again, if you get a PI lawyer, you're going to get hosed. Now, Eric, the beauty of him is if he needs a local PI lawyer, he's going to find one. And he's going to work with that lawyer. You won't have to worry about it, okay? And it's not going to come out of your pocket anyways. So thing number one is get a police report, and thing number two is contact Eric Blowers. Now, in between those two things, if you're badly hurt, like some of the people must have been on Google Images when I was looking at that stuff, call 911, right? And if you need an ambulance, get one. And if you have to go to the ER, go to the ER. That's really important, but maybe your first call will be to 911. Who knows? I hope you're not that severely injured. But we're talking about phone calls right now. We're talking about a phone call to the police, a phone call to a federal lawyer, and a phone call to 911. And not necessarily in that order, obviously. I hope you don't need to make that third call to 911. So that's the first thing. Most people, when they get in a car wreck, their first thing is like call the police, and they look up and find a billboard and call the PI lawyer. Or they ask their cousin or brother-in-law, hey, do you know any good lawyers? Well, every brother-in-law knows a good lawyer who's not good.
That's so true.
They all know a good lawyer who's no good at all, so don't do that.
Or it's all about, this is the attorney that can get you the most money.
Oh, yeah, oh, he's great. No, not great unless it's Eric Blowers.
Right.
The next thing you have to do is call your supervisor. And so we're talking about phone calls. I didn't know it was going to go this way, but yeah, there's a fourth phone call. Now you got to call your supervisor because you have to report this thing now, not later, obviously. You have to report right away. So you need to tell your supervisor, I just got in a car accident. And if you're hurt, and maybe you're not, but if you are, you have to say, and I'm hurt, I need a CA1 form. So this is the first information you have on a form. You fill out a form CA1. It's for traumatic injury if you're hurt in that car accident. If you're not, even better. I hope you're not. But some of these car wrecks I saw on Google, people were hurt. Okay, people were hurt bad. So you need a CA1. Now here's a note. Let's say you have to get rushed to the emergency room. A union rep can get your CA1 filled out for you. A union rep can get your CA16 for you, and that's what's next. You have to demand from your supervisor that you get a form CA16 that will pay all of your medical bills for the next 60 days. That's critically important for you because hospitals, you all know, ERs, urgent cares, they don't know how to bill OWCP. But if they have a CA16, they're going to have smooth, they'll get paid easily. That's the main point. So you call the police to get a police report. You call Eric Blowers because you need a federal lawyer. You call 911 if, God forbid, you're hurt so bad that you need to. And you call your supervisor and report your injury. Okay, so the 4 phone calls you make are right there. That's important. Okay, so fifth thing, choose the right doctor. Now, all this is, you're going to be like, all right, you work for Federal Injury Centers, so yeah, I do, and that's the whole point. You choose the wrong doctor, your lawyer is going to make you go to the right doctor anyways, because the lawyer is going to have a hell of a time getting your case accepted if the doctor can't write good narratives. And so you need a doctor who will not take money from you, not ask for an insurance card, not ask you, for the third-party information like they're going to bill the other insurance carrier, because they're not. They're going to bill OWCP, and you need a doctor who understands that. Now, fortunately, Federal Injury Centers has 50 offices now in 17 or 18 states. So we're going to be able to help a lot of you. But those of you that are not near a Federal Injury Centers, you have to do your due diligence and find the right doctor. Take your time finding someone who can spell OWCP, right? If not, you're going to end up in a really bad situation.
Did you just say that somebody who can spell OWCP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I mean, if they can't spell OWCP, go someplace else. So that's another call, obviously. So your fifth call is to the doctor. And so when you're hurt in a federal car accident, you have 5 phone calls. 5 phone calls. Let me recap. Call the police and get a police report. Call Eric Blowers because you need a great federal lawyer because you're required by law to pursue the third party. It's not optional. You got to do it. Number 3, you want to call 911 if God forbid you're hurt. Okay, get help immediately. Get help immediately. Don't suffer. Number 4, call your supervisor. Okay, call your supervisor now while you're sitting there next to your crashed up LLB. Get yourself on a call.
Unless you really can't.
In that case, your union rep can do this stuff for you. So union reps that are here watching, that's part of your job. Part of your job is to make sure the CA1 and CA16 get filled out for your members if they're unable to do so. You have 7 days to report your injury and get a CA16. I can't tell you how important it is that you get one. So demand it from your supervisor. Do not take no for an answer. If you look in this book, there's a chapter on rules, laws, and regulations. And in that chapter, the law says in the Code of Federal Regulations, the supervisor shall issue Form CA16 within 4 hours. It doesn't say they shall issue Form CA16 within 4 hours if they want to, if they feel like it, if they know what one is, and if they think you're hurt bad enough to need one. It just says they have to give it to you as long as you report within 7 days. So make sure you do that. If you'll make those phone calls, including the next one to the doctor, that's an OWCP doctor, then you're going to have a really smooth OWCP case where so many people don't. You know, they end up losing time, losing money, and losing their job. And what? Because they got rear-ended, because somebody ran a red light, or somebody made an illegal U-turn like the guy in Texas that I helped, rolled his LLB several times, and his case was denied multiple times until he found us. I mean, if somebody makes an illegal turn and hits you, and you roll, and you get hurt, your case should be accepted. But this guy's case was denied multiple times until we got a hold of it and said, okay, enough. We're going to get this thing fixed. But that's what's happening to 500 people every week in this country. They're getting hurt in car accidents on the job and not getting the help they need. And it leads to destruction financially in their life. And it's just, it's all avoidable if you make those 5 phone calls like I just said. So we'll talk more about it, but what questions do we have? I'm happy to answer some of them.
None right now.
All right, so now hit me with your questions.
But while you guys are doing your questions, let me let you know, these are the things that you should do if you can and able to. When you do get into an accident, don't forget, get a picture of the person's driver's license and insurance card, if you can. And wait, you'll have to wait anywhere from 48 to 72 hours to get your police report, depending on the county. And always, 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 don't let them go. Don't let them go. Don't let
take
them
pictures, right?
And then the next thing, take pictures of your car and their car and get a picture of their license plate, just in case they decide to hit and run, because I've seen it, I've heard of it, we've helped people with it. So pictures are number one. Man, this is something that I gave Eric advice on. Funny, he's taking advice from me. That these are the things that he should do and tell his clients to do, and he agreed. So I'm sharing it with you that those are a few things that you definitely should do. Call the police, take pictures of the driver's license and insurance card, take pictures of the car, and their license plate as well. Yeah. Because if anything goes south, you just lost the person, which you can also retrieve if it's in a busy or main intersection. There's a lot of cameras. Yeah. The police is able, and the attorney is able to pull footage from there. So
believe me, if Eric wants footage from a camera,
he'll get it.
It's going to happen. His prior line of work was FBI. He knows how to get camera footage, so that's not going to be a problem.
Let's see.
And by the way, this is important. So there are people on here that are new, and if you are one of them, thank you for being here and welcome. We do this every week at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, p.m. on Wednesday nights. And we have a lot of people following. In the last 28 days, Facebook said we had over 43,000 people. So there's a huge audience of people watching this and hungry, craving the information. So welcome if you're here. But you're new, and we just said the name Eric Blauer. So what I really appreciate is for those of you that have experience with Eric, would you hit the emoji that indicates how you feel about that experience? I don't want to tell you what to say or what to do, but let people know. So if you're starting to see the little emojis coming up now, those are people that have used Eric Blowers and know how he works. So when we say that, just trust me, it's going to work out really great for you. You're going to be happy.
Robert Toledo said, had a traumatic injury accident on September 24th. CA1 filled out. CA16 done. MRI shows torn rotator cuff. DOL approved the case. No COP has been issued. NTX PNDC union is no help.
Okay, look, if you haven't got your COP yet, my first question is on the first page of the CA1, box 15 says, how do you want to get paid? And letter A says COP. Did you elect continuation of pay? If you elect a continuation of pay and you're not getting paid, your union should be able to help. I heard what you said, that they're not, but they should be able to. But the other person that can help you with that is your federal lawyer who's helping you with your case. So they can make sure you're getting paid. Trust me on that.
Tam said, I got a letter from Department of Labor asking that I seek damages from the third party for my workers' comp injury. What steps do I need to do next if I want the post office to take care of it?
Okay, so the post office is never going to take care of it, ever.
Correct.
Ever. So it's a great question, but it makes me want to just kind of repeat what I said. And so just in case for everybody out there, there are 5 phone calls you make. Okay, I didn't know it was going to go like this. Like, I had no idea I was going to put this into a list of 5 things. I don't know. This just happens. Call number 1 to the police. You need a police report. Call number 2 to a lawyer, and maybe call number 2 is to 911. Obviously, if you're badly hurt. So I understand. I'm not being insensitive to that. If you're badly hurt, call 911 next. Call number 3 is to a federal lawyer. We recommend Eric Blowers for third-party injury claims. Call number 4 is to your supervisor, but we hope you'll make that call right away or that you're able to. And if not, a union rep should be able to help you with that because you need to report your injury right away and you need a CA16 now. They have 4 hours to give it to you. And call number 5 is to an OWCP doctor. Many of you are going to come on and say, do you have an office in my area? Do you have an office here? Do you have an office there? You go to federalinjurycenters.com and check the locations tab. If there's a location there that makes sense for you, the office's phone number will be there. You can call them directly. That's the whole point. If not, then you do your work and find an OWCP doctor who knows how to help you.
Or go to the closest one that's near you. I know sometimes it'll be hours, but trust me, it's worth the hours and over your financial status later on.
But when you're working with Eric Blowers, if there's not an office near you that understands OWCP, he's still going to be able to help you be successful. So that's why he's on the list even before my doctors are on the list. I need you to call him even before you call us.
Yeah.
So because if we're not available to you in, say, like Idaho or Iowa where you're at, Eric is still available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephanie McGee said, I have been waiting over a month for an MRI approval. I was rear-ended and pushed into oncoming traffic head-on. It's a struggle getting this MRI approved. I have been threatened that they will cut me off my monthly benefits. Keep in mind, I have only been paid 3 times since July 30th. So, Stephanie, you definitely need help.
Yeah, so, Stephanie, you need to make the phone calls we talked about. Now, it's a little past the day, so you're not calling the police or 911 today. But you should call Eric Blowers today, or tomorrow, or Friday. Don't call tomorrow. Call Friday.
Cynthia Kramer said, finding an MD in Missouri is near impossible.
Yeah, we know. We had a doctor in Missouri that we thought was going to launch and be great, and he hasn't. So, we're hoping he does. I mean, obviously. But once that happens, we'll let you know.
Yeah, as the new year is coming on, we will on our website have a link from our website to Eric's website. Hopefully by January. I'm working on that, so that way if you guys need information, you can just go on our page and click his link and then go on there and fill out the paperwork.
Yeah.
You asked what's Eric? It's Blowers with a B, not flowers.
Yeah.
If you clink. If you click.
Clink it, just clink it.
If you click where I pinned it below, you see this little blue button right there, the pin. Click that and all the information, and Eric's phone number is on there as well.
And Renee Marie just said that too. His information's there.
Yes, Jackie. Does anyone know of any OWCP specialists, rating specialists in Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, or Alabama? Louisiana, Tennessee, and Alabama, we have people. Go to
but
our
she's
website.
Talking about a rating specialist. So some of my doctors are being trained presently. And training doesn't happen overnight. Almost, like over 3 nights. It probably takes 3 or 4 nights. But we have all of our offices will eventually be trained to do this. They have to go to like a website and learn how to do it. to learn how to do impairment ratings. So they're doing that. But yeah, our offices are going to be required to do that.
Yeah. Again, if anybody needs to talk to me before reaching out to Eric or have questions that I could help answer, just message me and let me know you got into an accident and leave me your phone number and I will give you a call.
And just back on that 6th edition thing, she mentioned Alabama. Dr. Harper's been trained to do 6th edition impairment ratings since before we knew him.
Yeah, he's in Montgomery and Birmingham.
So yeah, he can definitely get it done for sure.
Jessica, I am not doing well tonight. Jessica, we have a doctor in Bremerton, Washington.
Again, if you want to know, go to federalinjurycenters.com, and at the top there's a tab that says locations. Under there it says map of locations. I recommend you check map of locations because it gives you an alphabetical listing by state and then by city of our offices.
Sasshole, you said, just heard last week about an ombudsman to deal with OWCP. Are they worth looking into? I know that, from working in the hospital, they deal with medical stuff. I don't know about OWCP.
And my answer depends on who pays that person's salary.
Yeah.
Who's paying them? Because I'm skeptical of anybody that's paid by the organization who might want to close your claim.
Yeah, give them a call and see what they say. But like I said, I know that they use them for medical places.
Yeah, and also I want to just be sure, not all help is equal. And if you call someplace and they say, yeah, we can help you, it's $1,500 down and X number of dollars a month, please hang up. Just hang up. If anybody says yes, if you pay us, we'll help you, just hang up. Repeat after me. Hang up. Just hang up. Because we'll help you for free. Why would you ever do that and pay for it? Never pay for OWCP help. Ever. Even if we don't have an office near you, we will help you for free. We will do everything you need for free. So don't pay anybody for this ever, please.
Like Renee said, check the website often because offices are being added as often as Gini and Chris and the team find new members to add to the team. Yeah, like we told you guys last week, we have another 9 doctors coming on board. You won't see them up anytime soon, probably the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Or
by the end of December, but they have to be fully trained and then we'll go do our meet and greet and they're ready to see patients. And don't forget, I posted our tour dates for the first quarter. Check it out because if you're in any of those locations and, come by, meet the doctors, see the office, and come ask your questions to Chris and I, and we get to meet everybody.
Yeah, we're going to be in Tucson next week, right? Is it next week we're in Tucson?
Yes, next Thursday we will be in Tucson.
Arizona, obviously. And after that, where's the next place we're going to be?
We have to talk about that back again.
Okay, yeah, we had to make some changes. So we've got a tour list, okay, like we're on concert tour. And we want to meet you when we're there.
Yeah.
So when we do these open houses, these meet and greets, we want you there. That's our whole point. We're there so we can meet you. It's not for you to meet me, it's for me to meet you. I'm so interested in knowing who you all are. I was able to meet Bam Edwards, 2 weeks ago in Charlotte. And, Tanya Ferry was really fun to meet. I was able to meet Jerry Gatewood, Mary Golden. Being able to go places and meet people that we're interacting with here.
Yeah, we love it.
It feels so good to me to be able to see people. So we hope that you'll go and meet us. Heck, we flew into Allentown to meet Ron Speakman.
Yeah.
So, who I don't see on tonight. So Ron and I'll have to have a strong talk.
Victor Sanchez says, your TikTok saying you were sick and then changed to party clothes is priceless.
That was Victor?
Yeah.
No, Victor. What's priceless is the process. Watching her try to accomplish this, thank God we've got boys in their 20s that live here, and they're like, no, Mom, this is how you do TikTok.
Yeah, I have to have my kids help me.
I'm sitting out, watching football or whatever, and she's in the bathroom trying to figure out how to use TikTok. So.
We're learning. I have no clue.
If only we were in our 20s again, I think it would just be part of our makeup, our DNA, TikTok, of course we know how to do that. We're born. We know how to use TikTok.
Yeah. Go follow me on TikTok, Gini Helms.
But it's going to be fun because she's going to figure it out. And this girl's a clown. If anybody saw the birthday pictures I posted, I purposely posted 3 of them where she's just hysterical. And if you were there in the moment, you would have been laughing like she was laughing. That's just how it is. So definitely keep watching that. There's going to be some funny stuff, I'm sure.
Jessica Abner, you said nothing close to Seattle. I don't know how far Bremerton is, so I'm sorry.
But yeah, Bremerton, Washington is the closest thing we have to Seattle. I'm not saying it's close. I'm saying it's the closest thing we have to Seattle. And we hope to have a Seattle location, obviously. I mean, Seattle's an important place for us to be.
Stephanie McGee, thank you guys so much for the info.
You're welcome.
Renee Marie, make it the most popular tour of 2022. No more unaccepted claims. Everyone's a winner. Yes, ma'am.
That's the whole point. And, you know, for those of you that are new, I mean, that's what we're about. We're about getting your claims accepted. And we're about getting your claims accepted, even if you're not a patient with our office. I mean, we want to help you no matter what. You have no idea. You know, every time, I'm able to help someone get a claim accepted, to me, that's just like a tally on the, mark on the wall. That's a trophy. You know, my trophy is your win. And so I know that sounds cheesy, but that's the truth. I love winning OWCP cases. It's my favorite thing in the world. You know,
we had one of our case managers tell us one time that just helping you guys is so rewarding to her. Yeah. She couldn't believe when she got started that it was going to be like this. She was a little scared at first, but now that she hears everything and we're able to help you and fix everything, she says it's the most rewarding thing she has done.
Yeah, I mean, she came from a different industry altogether. Yeah. She didn't know anything about healthcare. And when she got into it, she couldn't believe how rewarding this is. And it is. It's incredibly rewarding to be able to help you. So I appreciate you being here and letting us help you.
Melissa James said, I have a coworker that needs a lawyer for OWCP case. They are doing him bad. Write down on the pinned below, click it, you can get Eric's info.
Wait a minute. Not everybody needs a lawyer. And look, Eric's my friend, and he knows I'm going to say this. Not everyone needs a lawyer. Most people just need a good doctor. Sure. Because if you have a good doctor, you don't need to pay for a lawyer, ever, because a doctor can do the work. You get a lawyer when there's just nobody else that will help you. Unless it's a third-party claim and the law requires you to get a lawyer, and then you get a federal lawyer. Like on day one, just do it. But other things don't necessarily require it. Like people are saying, I'm not getting paid, I need a lawyer. Or what do they say, lawyer up, right?
Lawyer up.
Don't do that. If you're not getting paid, call us and I'll show you how to get paid, and that'll be free.
Yeah.
And Eric's okay with that. Like, Eric's my friend. He knows that I'm going to say, don't call Eric.
Yeah, or call one of the offices. They'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff you don't need a lawyer for. I'd be interested in finding out what the situation is with your friend and seeing if I can help that person without them needing to pay for a lawyer. With that said, if it's a third-party injury, like an auto injury, they need to call Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
John McEachran said, I live in New Jersey, had to go to Baltimore, Maryland for an impairment rating earlier this month. The report was 35% impairment on the leg. OWCP sent me the report. How long before the award and how do they determine it? First of all, John, we have an office in Manhattan, so you could get to Manhattan before you get to Baltimore.
Well, I already went there, but yeah.
But he just went this month.
We have an office in South Baltimore too.
Yeah.
But how long will it take? Well, that depends, because the claims examiner could deny it. They could just say, no, we're not. We're going to send you to a second opinion doctor or a CCOP, right? So they may do that. It happens a lot. If that happens, you may also want to give Eric Blowers a call, just so you know.
He does schedule award issues too.
Right.
Justin, you said, where can we find the tour list? I did post it a while back.
But it's about to change.
I'm going to change it, but I'll go ahead and put it back up after the live, just so you guys can see what the upcoming ones are.
Yeah.
But things may change, so I'll post it tonight, but in January there's going to be a new list.
Yeah, the reason that is if an office is behind in their training, like maybe a receptionist or a case manager or a nurse hasn't been trained, then we're likely to postpone their open house, because when you get there, we want them to be 100% trained. And so we may have to just rearrange some of the offices to account for that. And I think you'll appreciate knowing that when you go to a Federal Injury Center's office, they're well trained.
Yeah.
Right? And so this is part of that.
Miss Ronke Winter said, I really need to speak with one of you guys, preferably both. Please let me know when we can talk. Go ahead and message us on Messenger and just put it on there, because sometimes the girls are checking the messages and answering them. Just say you need to speak to Chris and Gini. I'll see it and I'll give you a call.
And put your phone number on there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to make up a phone number, and who knows who's getting called.
Renee said, everyone here, print off CA-10s, place them in the bathrooms, mail trucks, break rooms, and every place employees go. Most people don't know of the form or their rights until it's too late. Help educate your coworkers and maybe leave Federal Injury Center's info right next to each CA-10.
That and, they're cheap and the shipping is free, but if you go to breakingowcp.com, during the COVID pandemic, like right in the middle of it when it was just the worst, I was sitting around my house and just kind of miserable because we were flying more than once a week to go and in-person train federal employees. And then COVID hit and the airlines shut us down and everything, like union meetings stopped happening. And I was just like paralyzed. I wasn't able to help except for Wednesday night chats, right? And so I sat and I started writing books. So I wrote this one. It took me 3 days to write. I was really taking my time, 3 days. And then several months later, I wrote a follow-up book because after I wrote the first book, I realized I had more stuff to say. And so I wrote a second book. And I liked writing the book so much that I'm now writing a third book. I don't know. I think it'll just be a PDF download. I'll let all of you tell me what you want. Do you want a hard copy like this or a download? I don't really care. But the point is that I knew that I had to keep helping you. You need this stuff. And so I wrote these books for you. But people that have the books, I haven't had a negative review. And it's not because I'm an incredible author, okay, like at all. It's because the information is so valuable. And I took a very complicated system and I dumbed it down, okay, so we could all understand it. And so go to breakingowcp.com and get your copies. If you buy them both together as a bundle, which there's a bundle option, they're only like $8.97 a piece, and I pay for shipping.
They're saying hard copy.
Okay. I'll print some, and it'll be a PDF download. How's that sound?
Stephanie McGee. Okay, so if you guys see, look at your phone. Right at the bottom, there's a little pin, a blue pin, right there at the very bottom. It says www.breakingowcp.com. If you tap that, all the information that we have is on there. And Eric, it says Federal Attorney Eric Blowers, his name is on that. So you just have to tap that pin down below and it'll pop up.
It looks like a blue thumbtack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. H.M. Rosa said, that's what happened to me. CE didn't accept or deny, but sent to CCOP today.
Yep, and that happens. So sometimes you'll have that impairment rating sent over for second opinion, and the second opinion doctor is just going to hose you, usually, So be sure your lawyer knows all about it, and your treating doctor knows all about it.
Jenna, can any doctor file a schedule award? Does it have to be accepted in your OWCP case, doctor?
Okay, so first of all, your OWCP claim has to be accepted to get a schedule award. This is like a whole topic all by itself that we've talked a lot about, and it's in the books, both of them. So your claim has to be accepted, but then your doctor, your medical doctor, has got to put you at maximum medical improvement, or MMI, which is a medical decision. You can't decide it. The doctor has to. And then the doctor produces an impairment rating report based on the 6th edition to permanent impairment by the AMA. And then you take that report and attach it to a CA7 and you file for a schedule award. You choose letter D on the first page of the CA7. And make sure your supervisor fills out the second page and then you submit it.
Justin Weir said, started reading your first book. I have an active case for almost 5 years. These books are gold. They have literally, capital letters, saved me months of added up time and frustration if I had them up front. If anybody does not get them, capital letters.
Wow. I really appreciate that. Look, that was the whole point. And that was Justin that said that, by the way. I really appreciate that, Justin. Yeah, the whole point is, look, for some people, I had this one guy, I always use him as an example. He was like my heckler. And he's like, oh, look at you, you're profiteering. I want to tell you something. I've got 5 cases of books left. And when those books are gone, guess how I reprint books? Like, they don't let me print them for free. I can't print for free, okay? So the first round of books, I printed for free. Okay, I spent like $2,400 to print a bunch of books so you could have them. But from that point forward, if I want to reprint, I can't. I want to give them away for free. But then I have to keep paying to reprint, and I don't have a money tree in the back. So I make them as cheap as possible so that I just have enough money to reprint them when it's time. So if you'll get them for $8.97 a piece and free shipping, that'll allow me to continue printing them so that I can continue helping. That's the whole point. I'm not profiteering off of you. I'm just trying to make them available to everybody the best way I know how.
Now I know what I want for Christmas. A
You want-
money tree.
Oh, I thought you wanted one of my books.
Since I have a green thumb, it will start produce. No,
I can wrap it.
I have an autographed copy.
Everyone's got an autographed copy.
No, mine has a special note.
Hers does have a special note. And there's a dedication. So, I'm dedicating the third one to myself, though.
Robert Toledo said, I have a great doctor, have had him over 10 years.
Good.
Injury comp lady at NTX PNDC is contesting my case after DOL has already approved all medical benefits. Unbelievable. And thank you guys very much.
So the injury comp person at your agency has no power. They can only like write stuff on the CA1 or the CA2, and even on the CA2, there's no place for them to write. So they can say bad things about you on the second page of the CA1, which is why you get copies of everything that they fill out and you fill out. But in the end, when the doctor writes their report, that's it. It's just like the supervisor has no power. None whatsoever. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I was going to fill in the blank and the word them. You figure out what goes there.
Venna Banks said, what is a schedule award?
A schedule award is a payment that comes on a schedule of weeks based on the injured body area. And it's determined by a number of factors, including your level of impairment percentage as determined by your doctor. But not all body parts are eligible, but when they are eligible, you get money because you were hurt as a federal employee. That's what a schedule award is.
Now, it's a Bama, Edwards, right?
Bama. Not Bama. Bama. She specifically said Bama. And last week she said that I was right.
Shush. She says, I want book 3.
I'll make sure you get a copy when it's done. It's almost done. I'm just waiting on Eric to write his expert chapter on third-party claims.
Sasshole said, I've already been to a doctor here. I had one surgery, but my second surgery continues to get denied. Is it too late to go to a federal injury center?
No, it's not too late. You may need to get a referral from your doctor to come over here to a federal injury center's office. But either way, even if you don't get a referral, we will help you. No matter what, we'll help you. Even if that means we don't get paid, we will help you. We don't care. We're not like other doctors who won't help you unless they're getting paid. We're not like that. We will help you no matter what. So the answer is yes.
All right, so while other questions are coming in, remember, we've talked about third-party cases. Also, Eric does do slip and falls. He does do OPM disability. He also does schedule award. H.M. Rosa said, so to get a schedule award, doctor just key in city, state, OWCP doctor. My AP does not do schedule award exams.
Yeah, so that's the thing with schedule awards is tricky.
They have to use the 6th edition as well.
That's why it's tricky, because to find a doctor who's trained in the 6th edition to permanent impairment is tough. I think most of them that are trained are in federal injury centers. I doubt there are very many others. Most doctors are trained in the 5th edition, which isn't valid for OWCP. But yeah, you would, if you want to find a doctor near you who can do it, what you should search in Google is OWCP schedule award doctor near me. Or in your city and state, not near me. Put your city and state. OWCP schedule award doctor, city and state. And if there's anybody that knows how, that'll come up. And if not, you may have to look for other options. But if you're not able to find somebody, let us know by messenger or give us a call. Our number's on the website, and we're happy to help you.
Yeah, don't forget, it has to be the 6th edition.
Yeah, if it's not, you're definitely going to get a 0% impairment.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, you're going to get nothing. So don't let them use the 5th edition.
Venna Banks, I just messaged you back. How long do you have to file a claim?
You have 3 years to report your injury to your supervisor and be able to get medical attention. However, if you'll report within 30 days, you're eligible for COP. And if you report within 7 days, you're also eligible for a CA16 that pays all your bills for 60 days. So COP can give you 45 days of time off, and a CA16 can give you 60 days of your healthcare bills being paid, even if your claim's not accepted, and you never have to pay it back. But ultimately, you have 3 years to report and still get medical attention. And if you do that and your claim's accepted, even though it was so long ago, you'll also be able to, once your claim's accepted, get your time back, money you spent back, mileage reimbursed, and you can get a schedule award.
Irene Adams said, have two broken bones, different times, no award, never knew about it.
Yeah, it's not too late. And here's the beauty of a schedule award. Now, we're here tonight to talk about third-party auto accidents for federal employees. But the schedule award I know is a hot topic. And so I want to say to you, you're eligible for a schedule award as long as you were living on the earth and not dead and 6 feet under or cremated.
Correct.
You got to just be alive. So it's not too late is the main point.
Victor Sanchez said, peace and love to all your knowledge. How many years took you to learn OWCP, and thanks?
Victor, I've been doing OWCP since 2007 when the state of Texas made me learn it. Why did they make me learn it? It's a good question. I'm glad you asked, because I broke Texas Workers' Comp and then went on to do OWCP, and Texas Workers' Comp needed breaking. It was really bad. You think you guys are getting treated badly? If you're in Texas, ask people that are not federal employees in Texas if they get hurt. They're like just done, just kicked to the curb. So I broke that system and learned OWCP.
For me, I'm still learning.
Yeah, but since 2007, but when I really hit it and just decided I'm gonna know everything about this better than anybody else, it probably took me a year.
And you would think that I live with him and hear him talk about this day and night. I still don't know it all. So when he says that it's taken him since 2007, yeah, it's a long time for him to know everything.
And I still learn stuff. You know, I'll get on the phone with Eric and he'll tell me something. I'm just like, well, crap. It turns out I don't know everything yet. You know, and even Tom, my partner Tom, he told me something the other day. He goes, when we were in Charlotte, he goes, we got to make sure we follow those TSP reports, right? And I'm stewing on like TSP reports. What the hell? I've been doing this. Like I taught Tom how to do OWCP, essentially, right? I mean, he taught himself a lot, but anyways, whatever. And I'm like, TSP reports? What the hell is that? And so I stewed on it. The next day, Tom and I were driving. We were in Charlotte. And I said, Tom, you were with Eric.
With Eric, yeah.
I said, Tom, look, what's a TSP report? And he laughed. He said, okay, have you ever seen The Office? I'm like, oh my God. A TSP report stands for just anything. It's nothing. There's no such thing. I even Googled it. I'm like, none of this is OWCP related. So I thought Tom was going to teach me something that day too. He taught me that a TSP report is not OWCP.
Vanna Banks, you have 3 years to file your claim from the date it happened. Chris is saying you have 30 days in order to get COP, continuation of pay. But you have 3 years from the date it happened to file, whether you're filing a CA1 or a CA2.
The only time you cannot report your injury is if you wait more than 3 years.
Correct.
That's the only time you can't do it. 3 years and 1 day, and you can't. Correct. As long as it's inside of 3 years, you always can report. Your supervisors can say, wait a minute, that was 2.5 years ago. Why are you reporting it now?
Because I can.
And your answer is because I can.
Yeah.
Because I can. Well, you're not even hurt anymore. That's not your business. Because I can. I want to. Maybe I want to get my time back, my money back. Maybe I want to be eligible for a schedule award. Maybe I want to be paid back for mileage. Maybe I still need medical attention. I didn't get the help I needed before. But it's not the supervisor's business. Their job is to give you the form, fill out their part, and get out of the way.
And once you get your claim accepted, you get your time and your money back. And our offices show you how to get all of that back.
Yeah.
Christy Hofstetter said, I was in an accident on my way to a C-COP. Are they responsible to reimburse me for the deductible on my insurance?
Wow. So as a result of, let me talk through this for a second. It's not necessarily performance of duty, but you went to a second opinion doctor because you had an injury and your claim examiner sent you there. You were injured during that. You need to call Eric. You're covered. I'm like 99% sure that's a covered claim.
Arlene. Hey, Arlene. We met Arlene in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And she traveled a very far way to come and see us.
Yeah.
It was really sweet.
I got to talk to her on the phone the other day.
How many times can you do a reconsideration?
Oh, Arlene, that's such a good question. It's an infinite number of times. As long as you get your reconsideration request in within 12 months of the date of denial, you can always reconsider. If they deny it 100 times, you can do 101 reconsiderations, as long as your doctor can produce new information to refute the denial letter that's sent to you by OWCP.
Hey, Jeannie and Chris. It's
hey.
Sid. It's Sid from New York.
What's up, Sid?
Carolyn Elliott, my case was accepted. When will my doctor get the paperwork so they can schedule my surgery?
All right, your case is accepted. The only way to know your case is accepted is you looked it up online or you got a letter in the mail from Department of Labor. In any case, what you need to do is give that information to your doctor and you should be good to go.
Yep.
you're likely going to have to do that part. So be sure you give the acceptance information to your doctor.
Juanica Richards, can you be on OWCP and still become a 204B?
Yeah, I mean, you can be on OWCP and be working full time, doing any job. But why would you want to be a 204B? None of my business. What's next?
HM Rosa said, I've been on OWCP since 2008. I feel like OWCP has broken me. Still fighting, though. If you need help, please, please, please reach out to us. Nothing is stupid. We help everyone.
She says she feels like OWCP has broken her. When I titled this as Breaking OWCP, it's not because I had ever seen a single episode of Breaking Bad, because I hadn't, still haven't. I tried watching the first episode and I just couldn't. I turned it off when they were in the camper burning stuff.
They were making meth.
I'm not into drugs, okay? I don't want to watch shows about drugs either.
He doesn't know.
I don't care anything about drugs or shows about them. But when I wrote Breaking OWCP, it took me 3 days to write it. And so that meant in that 3-day period, I had to get had to notify the Library of Congress, get a barcode that's official. I had to copyright it, write it, publish it, and print it, and come up with a name. So like it had to be fast. And I said all that to say this. Breaking OWCP is how I feel about what OWCP does to you. And that's what was just said, right? It breaks me. And that's how I feel. And so many of you do too. So I relate to that. 100% I relate to it, because OWCP attempts to break you, your supervisor, the whole system, okay? It's not like OWCP was built for you to lose. But when you add the supervisors into it who have just bad intentions, and then you have like very complicated rules and laws that nobody understands, it's like it breaks you. And so when you have the books and you have the information and you're showing up here every Wednesday night, it can't break you. Okay, you can fight back.
Christy Hofstetter said, I hit a deer and there was damage.
Probably to the deer and to the vehicle. You're not at fault when a deer jumps out in front of you. There's no third party to sue, but you still have a valid claim if you're hurt, and you can get help.
Yeah. Stephanie McGee said, I can't believe the way I'm being treated after almost 17 years of service with the Postal Service and my military time in addition. Again, I didn't ask for this. I was rear-ended and pushed into oncoming traffic where I hit someone almost head-on. Yet I'm still trying to get the MRI approved. I will be calling Eric on Friday. Thank you both so much for your valuable information. And just to let you know, Eric is not in the office this week.
Yeah, and
he will be back Monday only because I texted him last night.
And thank you for your service, and God bless you for that. And I mean, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, there's nobody in this country I love more than veterans. I mean, look, I have water in my eyes. You wouldn't even believe how much I appreciate you. And I see that so many people serve our country. They leave and they go get a job for a federal agency, most specifically the post office and the VA hospital, and then you're treated like dirt.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. It's the worst thing. And so I hate that you're going through that. Thank you for being here. Eric's going to help you, and so are we. Yeah,
so if anybody's trying to reach Eric tomorrow or Friday, he's
obviously
not available. Just call him on Monday. The whole staff will be there. Jennifer Johnson said, I was T-boned in my LLV last month and just got OWCP to send me a letter that it was accepted and that my case is going to the office for Solicitor
General
in Washington, D.C. because it's a third-party case and they are still denying MRIs. I feel lost. Thank you, from Jennifer in Washington State. Jennifer, call Eric on Monday.
And the denial of the MRIs, those are things that can be easily overcome. So we'll be happy to help you with that. You should be able to get an MRI like the next day if you want to. And that's one of the things we try to set up at federal injury centers. And, if you're not near one of our offices, this doesn't help you. But if you are, it's good for you to understand that we always make an attempt to work with a local imaging center that does MRIs. So they understand that they don't need to bill you out of your pocket. They just need to help you today. For example, if you go to Pinellas Park, Florida, with Dr. Lee and Dr. Kay and Suma, and then Dr. Chris in Palm Harbor, if you're at those two offices, they have Tampa Bay Imaging who's willing to do your MRIs for free to you now without waiting. We also have that set up in Miami with Dr. Giuliani. She's got a couple of facilities that are going to do it. These are things that we try to work out everywhere we go. So if you're at a federal injury center's office, ask them what imaging centers they can get you to that won't charge you out of your pocket.
Lou Catherine Brown, hello, how are you? We are great.
What's up?
Is there an option for a payment plan to pay back OWCP?
What are you paying back? COP? Because if you're paying back COP, not so fast. I don't want you to pay it back until we talk to you, because what happens is lots of times they'll send you a demand letter because your claim was denied, and they'll say, you owe us X number of days back, and we're going to take it out of your sick and vacation, and we're going to deduct it from your check. What you need to do is show that you're under reconsideration, and hopefully you are, because when your claim's under appeal, it's not final. And when it's under appeal, why are they taking your money back? They're just going to have to give it back later.
Yeah.
So that's maybe something we can help you with. If you want to send us a private message on Facebook, somebody will reach out to you and help you with it. I don't want you paying back COP. And just real quick, no person that's ever been a patient at federal injury centers ever has paid back COP, ever. Nope. In fact, I can go all the way back to 2007, when I first started doing OWCP in Texas. Since 2007, I've never, ever had a single federal employee pay back COP. Ever. I'd like you not to be first.
Yeah, we're going to stay on for a few minutes because I know this is a really big topic, and we'll try to answer all the questions, and there's a few more of you hopping on. We are talking about third-party accidents.
And some other stuff.
Federal personal injury. Carolyn Elliott said, I called my doctor and told them my case was accepted, and the lady told me that DOL had let them know that it was accepted.
I don't know how DOL let them know, but I can tell you that any of our offices can go on to the portal and look it up themselves. So that may be what it is. But the OWCP doesn't send any notices to the doctor. Instead, the doctor can look it up online.
Jenna, go ahead and message us on the Wednesday Night Chats Messenger and put your number there. More than likely, it will be Monday that I will reach out to you. I won't open the message. Just on the message, say, I need to talk to Chris and Gini about my whatever, and then put your phone number, and I'll definitely reach out to you on Monday.
Yeah.
Stephanie, hello, Mary
Hey.
Golden.
Hey, Mary.
Stephanie McGee said, we'll call Monday. Thank you so much. Victor Sanchez, please get the Stupid Visor t-shirts. So those of you that don't know, we have a www.breakingowcp.com page. You can buy gear. We have gear, t-shirts, mugs, cups, masks, hats. And what he's saying is, you guys asked for a Stupid Visor t-shirt, and there's a handful of you that bought it. It's
and
funny.
Coffee mug. And sweatshirts.
And yeah, okay, Secret Santa is coming.
And there's one that says hashtag file a grievance. Also, those are a couple of popular ones.
Well, tell you what, oh my God, I sound like my father-in-law.
I'll tell you what.
Ron Speakman said he got the Stupid Visor or File a Grievance with a mug and the book, and he sat right outside of the Stupid Visor's office.
When they had him like in a room all by himself on limited duty. Ridiculous. So he read our books.
Renee Marie said, your best bet is to leave the message on Facebook Messenger with your name and number and what's going on. They do call back and they help a ton. Aw.
So if you're new here, one thing I hope you're seeing is that this is an interactive page. We encourage you to interact with one another, to know each other, to help each other. Sometimes I get questions that like kind of stump me, although I don't really get stumped. And I can ask people here because you're in there. Like we have union presidents following us, union stewards and vice presidents, and people that have been through everything in OWCP and kind of have learned through a terrible process. And so if you're here, this is a forum for you to get help from more than just the two of us. You have like everybody, and Renee Marie's an example of that. I mean,
and Ron Speakman.
Ron's normally
Jerry.
on here. Rich Ray will come on from New York, and we've got some great people. Tish Thomas will come on. Jerry for sure, Mary Golden,
yeah.
And so we've got a list of people that are here to help you, and they just show up and they're giving their time the way we are. So if you're new here, that's what's in store for you. If you keep coming back, and we hope you do.
Angela said, I understand I have 34 years and felt the same way about my injury. Keep fighting and let this group help you. I fell and hit my head 2 years ago and can't work. Contact your lawyer on Monday if you need, and best wishes.
Yeah, and good luck to you too.
And she also said, happy Thanksgiving, Federal Injury Centers, and Chris and Jeannie. Jamie Trammell said, how can we work with you guys to help our local areas get you guys here? So what you need to do, we need an invite from a union official.
President, specifically.
Or somebody that gives the okay in the union.
Yeah.
And if you email me Gini, Gini, at Federal Injury Centers, and you give me the date, we will make sure that we are there.
Yeah, we'll do our very best. We love traveling around and meeting you in person and doing live trainings. We used to do it all the time before COVID. It was like our full-time job. And when we do that, we pay for our own travel expenses. It doesn't cost you or your local anything.
$0, right?
It's 100% free to your local and to you. So the goal is to get out there and get the word out. So we're happy to do it, but we need an official invite.
Yeah. Jennifer Johnson said, "You've been here just when I needed you. You're the best. Thank you."
Thanks, Jennifer.
Renee said, "I don't know if this will be a problem for others, but apparently at my last office has done away with faxing and did not inform me. I just heard when they complained about not receiving updates, and the union told me they got rid of the fax system."
I mean, do away with faxing. Yeah, hey, let's get rid of email and internet while we're at it.
Yeah. Stephanie McGee said, "Thank you so much for your time. Happy Thanksgiving." And that's it.
No, it's not it.
Oh, no?
I saved this last thing for the last.
Oh, okay.
One call. Remember what one call is? It's too late. I already did.
Oh,
one call. So I want you to know there's a law, and it says that you have the right to choose your own physician. You have the right to initial selection of physician. Nobody can choose your doctor for you. Nobody can get in the way of your choice of doctor. This is the law, okay? The Code of Federal Regulations and the United States Code both say you have a right to choose your own doctor. The CA 810 says that you can't be forced to go to a doctor who's employed by or under contract with your agency, which screams VA. The CA 10, the second section of the CA 10 says you can choose your own doctor. You have the right to initial selection. The Code of Federal Regulations says you have the right to initial selection of physician. So you cannot be forced to go anywhere else. You can do anything you want. So if you get a phone call from any other doctor's office saying you're not supposed to go there, you have to come to us, hang up. It's crap. And we've been seeing this happen specifically in Northport, Florida. And so you are not required to go anywhere you don't want to go, period. If you want to go someplace else, I recommend you go, because I like you going to where you choose, even if it's not us. I like it's your choice, and I want you to exercise your right, like I want you to exercise all your rights. And so that's just one of them. But if anybody calls you and says, you can't go there, hang up. In fact, get their name and let's contact somebody and let's put a stop to this. Because there's a group out there that's really causing some confusion with some people. And I personally don't appreciate it very much. And we're going to see what we can do to fix it.
Yeah. Kim Chapman, you said you need to get these books. You just have to go on www.breakingowcp.com. The books are there in any type of gear. If you click the pinned comment below, you'll see the website is there. If you tap it, I kept tapping it and it goes straight to the website. Any of the information that you want, all of our social media is on there. And our phone number, and a federal attorney, Eric Blowers. I know he's probably going to kill me Monday because his phone's going to be blowing up on Monday, but he asked for this. Diane, so do you come to our union meetings with the president's invite? Yes.
Yes.
Please email me. Again, it's Gini, Gini, at federalinjurycenters.com. And like I said to you, if you give us enough time, we definitely can make it.
And, you know, we have a tight travel schedule coming up at the beginning of the year and now.
Yeah.
So give us plenty of notice so that we can rearrange our schedule to accommodate you.
Jeannie, your makeup is awesome tonight. Arlene, thank you.
Arlene, you know I do her makeup for her. I'm the one that does it. You've all seen it.
Ladies, go follow me at Glamourology Facebook page.
I don't do it. I gotta be honest, it's not me. It's her.
He tells everybody he does my makeup.
I'm very skilled in a lot of areas.
Not
a lot of areas. I'm skilled in a lot of areas.
He doesn't know what foundation is. He goes, you take that brush and you paint the paint.
Oh, I know
on
what
there.
foundation is. If you look around the outside of your house, there's a cement. That's the cement of your house. It's under the carpet here. That's the foundation.
Renee Marie said, we all appreciate you and Jeannie. Chris, I hope you enjoy the holiday. Thank you.
And same to you and all of you. Thank you.
Stephanie McGee says, sounds like it. I'm in. Stephanie McGee says, I'm going to talk to Craig about it. Well, it will be LL. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for all your help. Carolyn said, my doctor is fed up with OWCP. They said after my case, they were going to stop seeing people for work-related injuries. I'm afraid they will stop seeing me because of this.
Where are you located? It's Carolyn, right? Mm-hmm. Carolyn, let us know where you're located because let me see if I can help you and everyone else. It sounds like a bunch of people are about to get dumped by their doctor.
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you and your families. Please travel safe. Those of you that are traveling, enjoy the next couple days with your family. Be careful on Black Friday that you don't get knocked out for a, $200 70-inch TV by somebody else.
And I think it's obvious, and it probably goes without saying, and I'm sure that everybody that's watching agrees with this, but definitely root for the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow. That's important.
Renee said, can we set a new goal for 20,000 follows? Then Chris does Gini's makeup on live to celebrate. I like that. 20,000 followers?
I will definitely do her makeup on a live video. Oh my, that would be glorious.
Oh, and Mary said, and happy Native American Heritage Day on Friday. Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Okay, so you interrupted. I think people didn't hear the most important part. Root for the Dallas Cowboys. Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys. It's Thanksgiving. Why do you think they even do Thanksgiving?
Not because. Just watch the Macy's.
They do Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's another reason. But God gave us Thanksgiving so we could watch football. Like the Dallas Cowboys. And eat her food. Oh my God, I can't wait. And then my mother-in-law's coming too. Hold on. Mother-in-law's coming too. I'm going to have like these two genius cooks cooking. And I'm going to watch football. It's like I'm going to be in heaven. Matt
Hayes said, do his makeup, Gini. I could do that. I could definitely rock doing his makeup.
When we hit 50,000, I'll let her put makeup on me. And with 2.8 million of you, 50,000 should be easy. So everyone hit the follow button. At 50,000, I'll let her put makeup on me.
Victor Sanchez said, Chris, go Cowboys.
That's what I'm talking about, Victor.
Jennifer Johnson said, what do you do about OWCP work offers?
Run them past your union. Make sure they make sense. Make sure they make sense to your doctor as well, that they match your restrictions on your CA-17.
Justin said 50,000 will come fast, buddy.
Well, I guess if people want to see makeup on my face.
Anyway, thank you all so much that we're on here tonight. We really appreciate it. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all to almost 200 of you on Wednesday night chats that wished me happy birthday. Almost 500 of you on my Facebook page, my personal page.
But who's counting?
And almost about 120 of you on Chris's Facebook for wishing me happy birthday. It meant a lot that I'm loved by so many. I really, really appreciate it. So when Chris's birthday comes in January, we got to see those big numbers too.
It's not a competition, but I want to win.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you guys for being here. Renee said, we set the goal for 10,000. I thought, yes, I'm still waiting. We need about 600 more followers.
But that's up to you. Like we can't force anyone to follow, but we really appreciate the followers. So we don't really get anything out of it, but the more people that follow, the more people see when we go live. So that's what's important because we get to help more people.
Matt Hayes said blue eyeshadow for you. It will go great with his blue eyes.
My eyes will pop. Watch.
Knows that. Portal Maria said, I'll root for Dallas only if they're not playing the Patriots. LOL.
Yeah, I got you. And they're not playing the Patriots. So we're good.
Well, thank you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. Be with your family and enjoy the holiday. And we will not be on Wednesday night chats next week. We will be in Tucson, Arizona. So those of you that want to come out and see us at Dr. David Heaton's office, come on.
Please do.
Come on up. Yeah, come on up and see us in Tucson, Arizona. And we will see you guys the following week. And since there were so many schedule award questions, we're going to talk about schedule awards. So tell your friends for those that don't know what schedule award is. And we will be live in 2 weeks.
So happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and to your friends and to whoever's going to be there with you at your houses watching the Dallas Cowboys. And I want to say we're sincerely grateful for you, and we sincerely love you all for being here.
Yes,
and for being our friends and our family. We appreciate having you.
We're very blessed to have all you followers that watch us every week and have been following us since 2016.
You do feel like family, so from now on, I'm not going to say it feels like family. I'm just going to say it just is.
Yeah, so don't forget to share, like, and follow. Those of you that are on here, new on here, click the follow button so that way you get our notifications when we go live. And we'll see you guys back in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
See ya. Go Cowboys.